Talk about pathetic. Sports Talk Chicago, here with Jon Zaghloul. In this video, we're going to break down the Bears' pathetic loss to the Giants yesterday and explain why they have a lot of work to do moving forward. New to the channel, set up notifications, subscribe, hit that like button so you don't miss a thing. Talk Chicago Sports Daily. We have interviews, too, with former Bears players and other members of the Chicago Bears media. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jon Z Sports, Facebook Jon Zaghloul. Want to watch more of this show? Head on over to sportstalkchicago.com. I don't know where to start today. I have no idea. Usually I open up every show saying I'm going to start today with this. I don't know what to say. I know that every single part of the Bears game was a failure yesterday. I know that. We can't single out the quarterback or the defense or the coaching. Everybody failed. Everybody. Team-wide failure. That should have been a win. And look, I get it. The Bears are not going to be a great team. They're not competing for a playoff spot. But you know what? It's discouraging when you hear people say they're going to be good or people are improving, and it's clear that they're not. Look, I'm a realist. Told you last week I'm not going to sip the Kool-Aid on anybody. Justin Fields, Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles, certain players, Luke Getsy, not going to do it. Not going to hear it from me. And I'll tell you what, right now, I am very concerned about this Bears team moving forward. We knew they weren't going to be good, and that's okay, but we expected something better than this. We expected some progress from Justin Fields, maybe better offensive cohesion from Luke Getsy. Maybe Velus Jones Jr. actually holding on to a frickin' punt. But no, we saw horrendous errors throughout the entirety of yesterday's game. Justin Fields actually had a lot of opportunities to throw the football. He did. There were more pass plays called, and yet his numbers still don't indicate it. Fields 11 of 22 for 174 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, and a fumble. Now, to his defense, he has no offensive line now. Even though Justin Fields has issues in his own brain, he has no offensive line. This from Clay Harbor. Guest to the program last week, Bears center Sam Mustipher allowed 7 hurries. That's hard to do from the center position. He graded out with a meager 8.3 pass blocking grade on PFF. So the Bears have no offensive line at all. They really don't. There's no protection whatsoever for Justin Fields. Now that contributes a lot to the way he played. That said, still wasn't good from Fields. We'll get to that in a second. But first and foremost, you are not going to succeed. I don't care who you are if you have no offensive line. I like Sam Mustipher. I think he's a nice guy, good player, but, this is just unacceptable. 7 hurries yesterday in one game. As the center, you're done, benched. The Bears have decent run blocking, but for some reason, they just can't protect Justin Fields, and it's getting pretty damn annoying, isn't it? I'm pretty damn annoyed by it. We're hearing people say all year, this is supposed to be the year of Justin Fields' development. You know what? He can't develop if he has a second to throw the football. He can't develop if everybody's coming after him, play in and play out, because we all know the offensive line sucks. But I'll tell you, Justin Fields, once again, did not impress me whatsoever. And yes, it's time to start panicking. It's time to be a little bit scared about that and concerned if you're not already. You could say Justin Fields is my QB, ride or die with QB1, but guess what? We're dying with QB1 right now. Everybody's dying with Justin Fields right now. Nobody's winning. Nobody. They could tell you. They could try and justify to you what he's doing. The fact is, worst passer rating in football today. Stats have come out. Worst passer rating in football today. Justin Fields. Everybody's savior is the worst quarterback in football right now. That is scary. I know he's developing, but that's cause for concern. Everybody's saying he's fine, it's all good, he's still a great quarterback. He ain't a great quarterback. He's a meager, at best, quarterback. He's a mediocre quarterback. It's true based on rating, based on numbers. Justin Fields said yesterday in a quote, numbers don't tell the whole story. Well, they kind of do, Justin. I love you, but they kind of do. They kind of tell me that you're a pretty bad quarterback right now. And if you don't buck up and get better, and if this team around you doesn't get better, you're going to suck. And you might end up being a bust. So numbers do matter. They all do. For everybody. They matter. The Bears ran out of town Mitch Trubisky for an 89.5 passer rating. Previous quarterbacks, Jay Cutler, Josh McCown, there's somebody we can name with better passer ratings than Justin Fields, and they were killed by the fan base, by media, by the Bears themselves. So, yes, numbers matter. And by the way, you only have a couple of more years in your rookie contract. If you don't show something, Justin Fields, in these last 14, 13 games, what do you think's going to happen? Not all on him, though. His best friend, Luke Getsy, isn't doing anybody any favors. What kind of a game was that yesterday called, play calling-wise? Oh, my goodness. I tweeted it out. It looks like Luke Getsy is really a novice at play calling, and he is. So for everybody who praised this hire, we talked about this back in May, back in April. Remember, Luke Getsy has never called plays at the NFL level. He's been a good college coordinator and a passing game coordinator, whatever the hell that means, out in Green Bay. I don't know what that even means, what it entails duties-wise. But I do know this. He sucks as an offensive coordinator right now. Cold, hard reality. He has not helped Justin Fields one bit. He's done nothing to help out Justin Fields. Absolutely nothing. He's been another stumbling block for Fields' development, same like Matt Nagy. Yes, similar to Matt Nagy. He's been a stumbling block. He's been hurting more than helping Justin Fields right now. I don't know. In my book, if this doesn't get better by week 10, I would fire Luke Getsy. I would. Nobody will advocate for that. Nobody will say it. You're going to call me an overreactor, but I would. Time is of the essence here. We need to see improvement for Justin Fields, or else he's not going to be the quarterback anymore, and the Bears are going to have to redraft and redo this again. Time is of the essence. So if I were the Bears, I'd do everything you could to help out Justin Fields, or if he doesn't have it, let's see it, and then move on. I would fire Luke Getsy by week 10 if this continues. This is horrible. Horrible play calling, horrible offense, horrible strategy. He is not helping Justin Fields whatsoever. There was one deep pass, Darnell Mooney, great connection, 50-plus yards, and that's it. Why? But I can't give all the credit to the offense. Let's talk about the defense, too. So Daniel Jones is a bust, okay? Everybody knows it. I mean, year 4 in New York, last year, Brian Dable, still not really doing too well. He had 2 rushing touchdowns yesterday. Daniel Jones had 2 rushing touchdowns. What are we doing? This guy's more well known for tripping at a big run in primetime than actually playing well. And yet, he and Brian Dable, who could have been the Bears head coach, carved up the Bears yesterday. Good for Dable. I'm actually happy. I'm really happy for him. Rub it in the Bears' face that they passed on you. The Bears made a big mistake in not hiring him. Big mistake there. Daniel Jones, who is a bust. I don't care what anybody says. New York Giants fans will tell you he's a bust. And yet, 2 rushing touchdowns, the same plays. Bootleg this way, bootleg that way. How is he open? Where's the pass rush? Daniel Jones wasn't even hit yesterday. And Justin Fields took how many sacks? 5. Remember, this isn't the Baltimore Ravens the Bears face, the Buffalo Bills, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Green Bay Packers. No, it's the New York Giants. And the Giants carved them up. And the Bears only put up 12 points. the New York Giants. The same team who the Bears completely dismembered this year, January 2nd, with Nick Foles at quarterback and Matt Nagy at head coach. So less than a year later, the Bears are getting their ass handed to them by the Giants. Again, Saquon Barkley had 146 yards. The Bears gave up over 270 rushing yards. 270 rushing yards, again, to the Giants. They deserve to lose. That's what I said to open up this show. They deserve to lose. When you're giving up 270 yards to the Giants, when you have Daniel Jones rushing for 2 touchdowns, you deserve to lose. You deserve to get your ass handed to you, and they did. And good for Brian Daboll. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Stick it up the Bears' butt that they didn't hire you, that they passed on you, that you didn't even make it past the first round of interviews, because that's the truth according to reports. The Bears didn't even have him as a second-round candidate. Really? Is he that bad of a coach? I don't think so. Giants are 3-1, Bears are 2-2. And Daniel Jones, who is a bust, put up decent numbers, at least on the ground yesterday, against this Bears defense. Oh no, Mooney had a decent game. But that was it, receiving-wise. By the way, Cole Kmet, 3 catches for 16 yards. Time to pull the plug on him. I've been saying this for 2 years now. He's a bust, and we just see it more and more each and every day. I don't care if the offense isn't catered to him. Oh, Matt Nagy never used tight ends. Well, guess what? Luke Getsy isn't either. I don't think it's a coincidence that Cole Kmet has never fully come on. I think he's a bust. I'm going to keep saying it every week till he proves me wrong, and right now he hasn't proved anybody wrong. He's a bust. I would move on from him now. Bring somebody else in. Bring in some young blood. Bring in somebody who actually wants to try and get better, because Cole Kmet isn't. It's the same old story from Cole Kmet week in, week out. Want to say this too. The funny part is the Bears had a chance this entire game to make something happen. They really did. In the red zone 4 times, 4 field goals. I mean, there were opportunities to strike and to win. And with about 4 minutes left, everybody's Mr. Overhyped man, Bayless Jones Jr., just had to catch a punt. Didn't have to return it. Did not have to return the punt. Just had to catch it. Could have let it bounce. But no, he muffed it. Put out in a tweet, I guess Bayless Jones Jr. did make a big impact on today's game. You know, I saw tweets before the game saying Bayless Jones is going to revitalize the offense. I'm so happy he's back. But we didn't see anything from him yesterday except for a muff and costing truly the game. Now, it wasn't all on Jones, but situationally, it was. Had he made that catch, maybe the Bears could have driven downfield and scored. I know it's wishful thinking, but still, the chance for that was taken away from them because Jones can't catch a punt. I would seriously consider benching him. Yes, I would. You got to make a catch, dude. Got to make a catch on the punt. It's a kick. It's a punt with 4 minutes to go. And you're losing. There's no pressure. Just make the catch. Knee it. Call for a fair catch. Wave your hands in the air. Make the catch. He's already a bust in my book, and he has a lot to do to change my mind. Everybody hyping up Bayless Jones Jr. Guess what? He hasn't played all year. Comes in. First game, muff. Bears lose. That's an indictment on Ryan Poles, too. It is. That's Ryan Poles' trusted draft pick. The Bears drafted him in the 3rd round. They passed up on other wide receivers early. And look what happened. And Kyler Gordon made a ton of bad plays yesterday, too. Now, he's a rookie. He's going to have time to develop, but still. Kyler Gordon had a lot of missteps yesterday, too. I don't know what to make of this Bears team. Everybody's saying, hey, at least they won. At least they're 2-1. No, this is why the Bears are now 2-2 and why they're going to be a lower-tier team in the NFL. I'd love to sit here and sip the Kool-Aid. I'd love to sit here and tell you, hey, Justin Fields did great, and the Bears' defense did better. Bayless Jones was a big player on offense. None of that happened. None of it. Everybody sucked. There was maybe 1, maybe 2 positives. If you want to count Darnell Mooney and Khalil Herbert, that's it. There was nothing else worth watching. They all sucked. They blew the game. Threw it. Looked like they were playing to lose. And what I loved is the lateral play late in the game. You know, it's so funny. That was an embodiment of the entire game for the Bears. They had barely anything to work with there, but they barely drove downfield. They had nothing, and they tried to make something happen. Didn't work. They need to trust more in Justin Fields and force him to make mistakes. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Hey, if he sucks, let's all see it. Let's all watch him throw for 5 interceptions in a game, but I'd rather see that than whatever the hell this is. I don't even know what this is. From Fields and from Luke Getsy. I have no idea what I'm watching right now. This reminds me a lot of Matt Nagy. Yes, it does. Don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. This reminds me a lot of Matt Nagy. Some cute sets, cute plays. They all don't work because they suck. No trust in Justin Fields to throw the ball deep, even though he's proven that he could. And us still having questions about whether or not Fields is the guy. This is Matt Nagy 2.0. Everybody, oh, Luke Getsy's great. He worked with Aaron Rodgers. He didn't do anything over there. All of his play calling experience was at Mississippi State in the 2000s. He's learning on the job like everybody else is. Since when did the Bears become a minor league baseball team? They could have had Brian Dable. Chose not to. Could have had Shane, the Giants GM. Didn't want to. Could have found a better play caller with more experience. Chose not to. This Bears team is a joke. This is an AFL team. This is a minor league football team. Everybody on this team is touted for promise or for growth. And that's okay with me. But nobody's growing and nobody's shown promise. Nobody's shown promise on this team. Get the hell out of here. I haven't seen anything impressive. Nothing. Holcomb's a bust. Bayless Jones is a bust, potentially. Justin Fields is in big trouble. Luke Getsy sucks at play calling. The defense can't make plays. They're giving up 100 rushing yards a game like it's nothing. Daniel Jones is carving up this defense. That's the biggest insult to Bears football. The Bears are known for defense, for bone-breaking defense, and Daniel Jones carves them up. I wonder what some of these 85 Bears who are still alive watching this game thought. Really, I do. The Bears are known for their bone-crushing defense. And Daniel Jones, who is at best a journeyman, mediocre NFL quarterback, rushed for 2 touchdowns. What are we watching? This isn't Bears football. This is AFL football. This is XFL football. I don't even know what the hell this is. Not to mention the fact that Justin Fields turned the ball over again. Not to mention the fact that Bayless Jones Jr., Mr. Oh, I'm going to rejuvenate the offense, can't catch a frickin' punt. Oh, yeah, and Cole Kmet, everybody's favorite tight end, is a bust. Yeah, the Bears have a lot to work on, and it's going to be a frickin' long season if this sort of play continues. It is. And I'm not being too harsh. I'm really not. I know they weren't going to be good this year. I'd rather see the Bears lose 35-28 or have it be a close game. They blew this game. They threw it away. They could have won. You lost to Daniel freaking Jones and the Giants. You lost to a head coach you could have hired and a GM you could have hired. That doesn't look too good. You lost because Daniel Jones ran for 2 touchdowns. Justin Fields threw no touchdowns. Justin Fields was being pressured every 5 seconds. The offensive line sucked. Fields sucked. Nobody got open downfield. Defense sucked. I don't know what I'm watching anymore. I know the roster isn't there. I know. But this is not an overreaction. You got to play better than this. I get you're not going to be good this year. I get you're asking fans to wait till next year. But I'll tell you what, Ryan Poles' draft picks right now are all on thin ice. Gordon sucked. Bayless sucked. So there's two. Ebner did okay, but he's not a big-time draft pick. The point is, we're already talking about a referendum on Poles, on Eberflus, on Fields. Everybody right now is going to be held accountable no matter what. No matter if they're not going to be a good team this year, everybody deserves to be held accountable. And right now, the Bears are going to be held accountable going 2-2. They should be the 3-1 team right now. They blew this game. They lost to the Giants. And Justin Fields, everybody's favorite quarterback, did not show any progress. And as of today, statistically, he's the worst-rated passer in football. That's a fact. I'm not trying to spew hatred. It's the truth. I'm looking at it right now. He is the worst-rated passer in football. There's nobody worse than him. Nobody. He's the worst quarterback by rating in football. Anybody have that on their bingo card? So you can't give me the Fields getting better narrative. It's not going to work. He's getting worse. So then what's the point of even watching this team this year? The whole point was to watch Justin Fields develop. The whole point was to see him throw for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, watch him lose, but it's okay. Fields is doing great. Lighten up the stat sheet. Winning some games that maybe they shouldn't have won because of him. The Bears have yet to win a game because of Justin Fields. They've yet to win a game due to him. They've lost games because of him, but they haven't won a game yet due to him. And all the other rookies that everybody touted and hyped up, including Bayless Jones, have a lot of explaining to do on the field. They do. This was a dumpster fire. This was an abomination to the Bears football name. When you let Daniel Jones rush for 2 touchdowns on your defense and your name is the Chicago Bears. That's an abomination. That's pathetic. That's sad. And that's just an insult to the legacy of the Chicago Bears. Think about that. Everybody, Bears fans, media, players, think about that. You tarnished Bears' legacy yesterday. You did. It's not an overreaction. Daniel Jones should not be rushing for 2 touchdowns against any Chicago Bears defense. I don't care if this is 85 Bears, 2016 Bears, 2022 Bears. The Bears are known for their defense. They should not be letting Daniel Jones have the same play call, same rollout option, and rush for 2 touchdowns without being touched. That's an insult and an abomination to the Bears' name. It is. And then offensively, which is not surprising to the Bears' name, nobody performed. Everybody who said, oh, hey, this guy's going to perform, they didn't. Justin Fields sucked. Cole Kmet sucked. Bayless Jones blew the game in the situation. Nobody played well. Bad play calling, bad blocking. Everything was bad. That's what I said to open up this show. There was nothing good yesterday. Everybody failed. From top down. Everybody. They deserve to be ashamed of this loss, and everybody deserves to hold their feet to the fire. Remember, keep them accountable. I know everybody wants to be a fan. Ooh, new regime, new coach, new GM, new quarterback. Hold them accountable, whether they win or lose. If they win, there's no accountability. It's, hey, great job. They lost, and it was pathetic, and it was sad to see the way they lost, the way they played, their conduct. What they let happen. Hold the Bears accountable. I'm telling you right now, don't give them a pass here. Don't give Justin Fields a pass. Don't give Matt Eberflus a pass. Don't give Ryan Poles a pass. Don't give Luke Getsy a pass. Criticize them if they do wrong. This game has still made me sick. And I am just completely disappointed in what we saw on Sunday. I hope you are too, because there's nothing else to say, and there's no other word to describe this game other than failure. Thanks for watching today's show here at BPOD TV and Roku. Really appreciate the time. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jon Z Sports, Facebook, Jon Zaghloul. Want to watch more of this show? Head on over to sportstalkchicago.com. So long, everyone.